Good day, Toastmasters speakers and aspiring speakers. Today I'm going to share with you a speech that I did called Take the Step, which I delivered at the Downtowners Toastmasters Club on February the 14th, 2024. A month earlier, I had been invited to present to the club on the topic of networking. I was immediately inspired, so much so that I wrote out the very first speech draft on that very first day. Over the course of the next 7 months, I did what I called CPR, crafting, preparing, and revising that speech for delivery on February the 14th. In total, there were 7 revisions, and I am pleased to share the final version with you today so that you may hear it as well. I present to you, Take the Step. All right, pack up, everybody, out. But not you. When was the last time that you looked back and thought, if I hadn't have done this, then that wouldn't have happened? You have your own story of where you were when COVID first hit. For me, I was at the office in March of 2020 when my boss, Chris, a tall, lean man, walked up to me and said, "You missed all the excitement on Friday." What do you mean? Everyone was sent home and you're next. Oh, how long is this going to last? No one knew. COVID shut everything down. No more chit chat with coworkers over lunch. No more getting together with friends. And don't even dream about getting on that plane to visit my aunt in BC. And the news? All I heard day after day was COVID this and COVID that. I finally had to turn the TV off. But what I didn't realize at the time was that the online world was going to open up, bringing with it opportunities I never would have imagined. For us, Toastmasters moved online, and it changed your life, and it changed mine. And we can sum it all up in one word: networking. But what is networking? What exactly does that mean? Like any resourceful Toastmaster, I Googled it. And here's what I found. Networking is interacting with others to exchange information or develop professional contacts. Let that sink in for a minute. Networking is interacting with others to exchange information or develop professional contacts. This was to become the story of my life. But at the time, it wasn't intentional. It began for me in 2021 when the annual Toastmasters convention was online. That was the year that Verity Price won the World Championship. After watching all of the speech contestants, I felt completely inspired, enough that I thought, I'm going to make a run at the World Championship myself. I told my husband Dave my idea, and he had some simple advice for me. Take the step. So I did. I threw my hat into the ring, competed, and made it all the way to a district contest in Ontario. Not long after that, my boss said, "Why don't you go to Ontario for the conference?" Really? He smiled. Take the step. So I went. And that is when my unintentional networking began. I placed third to Alex on Matt in the district contest. Do you know that he went on to win second place in the World Championship that year? He did. And I'm thinking, this is cool. I had competed alongside and met someone who had been successful at the world level. Little old me. Who would have thought? Then a few months later, I saw Alexandre on a Zoom call, and he said, I use Stage Time University for coaching on my semifinal speech. What is Stage Time University? I had never heard of it. Like any resourceful Toastmaster, I Googled it and discovered that it was founded and is run by Darren LaCroix, the 2001 world champion. Wow, if it's good enough for Alexandre, it's good enough for me. I told Dave about it. Can you guess what he said? Take the step. So I did, and I joined Stage Time. That never would have happened had I not gone to the conference and grown my network. But there was one more person who was about to become a part of my network. Craig Valentine was the world champion in 1999, and he was the keynote speaker at the conference. I got to meet him, talk to him, even had my picture taken with him. Last year, I had a chance to talk to him about a speech I was working on. He remembered me, and at the end of the conversation asked, what are your aspirations, Deb? Are you wanting to do speaking outside of Toastmasters? Well, actually, I've mentored some Toastmasters, and I think I'd like to start my own coaching business. Well, I run my certified coaching course every summer. I could hold a spot for you if you like. Really? I could hear the smile in his voice as he said, take the step. I joined the course, passed the exam, and last fall, launched my own coaching business, DW Coaching. That never would have happened had I not gone to the conference and grown my network. As I mentioned earlier, I wasn't intentional about networking. It happened over time as one thing led to another, which led to another, which led to another. 4 years ago, I was getting ready to start working from home. And like you, endure all of the frustrations that COVID brought. And then I saw how the online world opened up and the opportunities that came with that. Today, I still have my day job, and I'm a member of Stage Time, and I have my own coaching business. A year ago, that was just a dream. Now it's reality. And these things happen because I listened to the voices that told me to take the step. A journey is made of steps, and networking provides those opportunities. The district conference is coming up here in Regina, May 3rd to 5th. Have you heard who the Saturday keynote speaker is? It is Darren LaCroix. Now, this would not be happening had I not gone to the conference and grown my network. I wasn't intentional about networking, but you can be intentional. You can be steps ahead of where I was. At the conference, you have the opportunity to engage with a world champion. Or maybe there is someone else that you would like to connect with. Are you ready? Can you hear Chris, Dave, and Craig say, take the step? Later on, you may look back and think to yourself, if I hadn't done this, then that wouldn't have happened. All that is needed is to take the step.